I think it's a really cool message for us to be able to like go through this hard thing together and like share it with everyone.
All these weeks together, it kind of just showed me that I'm doing the right things. Like I feel like I'm on the right path.
Hello.
She's back.
Feel good. Yeah, I feel like I looked at the workout and I'm just like, it's another doable workout for me. And I think the fact that a lot of people probably aren't going to finish is good for me because that means that I don't have to finish. It was like 155 snatch on a normal day is very fun and very easy for me. I won't say easy, but very fun weight for me to do. But I haven't touched that in over a year. So I'm glad it's not something that I necessarily have to do right now. But in the moment, if I feel like I'm feeling good, I'll probably like do one or two just to like build some confidence going into quarterfinals. But I think overall, I'm like, okay, I don't have to finish this workout and I can end on a high note and like feel good and not feel like I'm crippled going into quarterfinals, because that's the biggest thing for me is like I do not want to feel crippled whatsoever going into quarterfinals. So yeah.
I am 12 weeks postpartum now. So this workout's kind of like one of those ones, even if I wasn't going through all the things that I'm going through, it would still be pretty difficult given like the strict handstand push-ups. It's kind of something that's actually kept me from moving on in other things in the past. Her name is Rogue. Yes, it has somewhat to do with CrossFit, but not quite all of it. There's also an X-Men character named Rogue, and my husband and I, we do stunts as well. So we thought it was kind of a cool combination, and it also means one that paves their own path, their own way. Whatever she wants to do with her life, she's gonna have a pretty cool name to start it off with.
Oh huh.
Haley is my superhero. I just can't believe that she's doing what she's doing 11 weeks postpartum. Like it's really, if you think about like just have a bird's eye perspective of what she's doing 11 weeks after having a baby, I'm like, how are you doing this? Like how? It's really insane. I applaud her for all the things that she's doing, and you know, she's probably gonna make it into the top 10%. So it's just like insane to think that there isn't a lot of people that can do what she's doing. So I'm just beyond proud of her, and I'm just excited that she's like putting herself in this position of being super vulnerable, because it's kind of like me in the sense of like, okay, we haven't done a lot of things leading up to the Open, and there's a lot of things that we haven't touched and exercises we haven't done, and it's really scary to be like, okay, there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknown, but we're willing to just put ourselves out there and see what happens. So it's cool that we're on that journey together. And like her positivity too, like obviously everyone's got their good and bad days, like no one's immune to that, but just like her spirit, her and Josh's spirit, just about just life and just the positivity that they bring into my life and Randy's life, it's just cool to be around. Like it's good to be around, and there's not a lot of people that do that in your life. And so I'm just trying to soak it up as much as possible of like all the positivity that she brings. And I don't even know if she knows that she does that to me, but she definitely brings a lot of that into my life. So.
So I've done all of the workouts with Bethany. I actually competed at West Coast Classic with her. And I mean, she didn't just win, she dominated. She made it to the games, obviously winning. And then when she got there, she tested positive for COVID. And so that whole season basically kind of got taken away from her. And then she's now coming off of an injury, right? And so she's now 2 years out from the last games. And it's really hard to come back with that much time going by, right? And what I think she's doing a really great job of is just kind of staying in her own lane. She's got a new coach. Hold on, I'm talking. She's got a new coach. She's training. She's got a good environment. Like Josh and I are showing up all the time to support her. And I think with her, she's got something special. Like she's probably one of the best movers I've ever seen in the sport of CrossFit, you know? And I think in order to like podium and to make it year after year, you have to be a really good mover. And I know she's not putting up these insane scores right now. And it's not because she can't, it's because she's playing it safe, because she knows that like quarterfinals, semifinals, that's more important, right? Like she's gonna make the 10%. I think it's been really, really cool to just kind of have this little like dynamic going. You know, we're kind of going through something similar. She's taking my train of thought. But yeah, I think it's really important to support people in the sport because you're gonna be an athlete, you're gonna go to the games, and then what do you do when it's done, right? Like I think building relationships and all that stuff is so much more important while you're going through it, because if you go your whole career and you haven't done that, you've missed out on like what CrossFit really is. So I think like just having this like small group come together and just like genuinely be supportive is like so special. But anyway, she's crushing it and I'm excited to see what's coming, you know.
I surprised myself, I think, a little bit. I knew I wanted to get to like the 155-pound bar and probably like stop there just because I didn't need to do the weight. The quickness that I got to the bar, I was like, oh, okay, this is good. Everything that we're doing is kind of just falling into place. Like, obviously, there's a lot of things that I haven't been able to do these last couple of months, even leading up to the Open. So it's always scary kind of going into anything like that of like, okay, I don't know how things are gonna go, but well, I think all the weeks, but especially this week, it was like a showcase of like, okay, you know, even though you can't do everything, what you are doing is enough for right now. And so I was just like, okay, just another week of being proud of what I did. So I was really happy with that. That was kind of like my goal going into the Open. I was like, okay, you need to go 70%, because if you try